In this video, we're going to continue our discussion on SI units and talk about prefixes. That is, what makes SI units so great. And what prefixes are, they're just words that come at the beginning, or phrases rather, at the beginning of our word that tells us how big our numbers are. So these prefixes will change our numbers by a power of 10. So let's look at two examples. If I have 1 kilometer or kilometer, kilo means 1,000, so I have 1,000 meters or 10 to the third meters. While if I have 1 millimeter, milli means 1/1000th, so 0.001 meters or 10 to the minus 3 meters. And these kilo and milli can be used with any SI unit. So here's a whole table of SI prefix multipliers. You have your prefix name, your symbol, and what you're multiplying by. This gold bar from giga to micro, you want to know these. You want to know the prefix name, you want to know the symbol, the multiplier, and the power. So it might help to make flashcards. So let's get a little practice using these. So if I give you the number 5.57 times 10 to the minus 5 meters, what prefix multiplier would you use to represent that? Or another way to put it is, how would you say that number in English? Pause the video, think about it, and come back after you have an answer. Alright, so for this number, 5.57 times 10 to the minus 5 meters, the correct answer is 55.7 micrometers. And how do I know that? Well, you see this number is 10 to the minus 5. So I want to select a prefix multiplier that is closest to 10 to the minus 5. 10 to the minus 6 is close. So all I have to do is move the decimal point over 1. And my number is 55.7 times 10 to the minus 6 meters. Now that's a mouthful to say, so it's much easier to say 55.7 micrometers. Got it? Well, let's try another example. What prefix multiplier is appropriate for 27.2 times 10 to the 5th seconds? Again, pause the video, take a second, get an answer, and come back when you have an answer. Alright. So for this, it would be 2.72 megaseconds. Again, what I did is I looked at this power, 10 to the 5, and I looked at, okay, what's close to that? Well, it's 10 to the 6. To get 10 to the 6, I have to move the decimal point over to the left once, and I get 2.72 times 10 to the 6 seconds. Again, a mouthful, so I can just say 2.72 megaseconds. Now, just a little reminder of how decimals work and the powers work. So if I have a negative power, 5.70 times 10 to the minus 5, if I move my decimal point to the right, this number decreases, so it goes to the minus 6. While if I move it to the left, this number increases to the minus 4. Remember, when you're dealing with negative numbers, bigger negative numbers are smaller. So minus 6 is smaller than minus 4, or minus 10 is less than minus 1. While if I'm dealing with a positive power, it's the same rules. If I move to the right, my decimal is going to decrease. So moving it to the right, it's 57.0 times 10 to the 4. While if I move it to the left, my decimal increases, 0.570 times 10 to the 6. So that was your review on decimals and your overview of SI prefixes. And so, see you in the next video.